Et bonsoir à tous. J'espère que ça va. Bon, vous l'aurez compris, c'est un petit live tranquillou pilou sur la suite de Genshin. On était allé sur une quête, puis sur une autre, parce que ça chevauchait avec les personnages. C'était insupportable. J'ai mal écrit le finition. J'ai écrit finition et pas finisson. Au secours. Voilà. L'erreur est corrigée. Pourquoi il n'y a pas de son? Hop. On sort les lunettes parce qu'il est tard. Hein. Où est-ce qu'on était? Pas par là. Déjà. Déjà, c'est sûr qu'on n'était pas par là. Ah oui. Oui, si, parce qu'on était à cheval entre... Je voulais faire la suite de l'histoire principale qui nous emmène du coup dans le désert, là. Mais il y avait une quête histoire avant qui foutait la merde. Et qu'on était obligé de finir pour avoir accès à la suite... Enfin bref. Salut Sylvain David. C'était... El bordello, comme on dit. Alors... On est encore une fois parti sur beaucoup de dialogues, hein. Vous connaissez, hein, Genshin, voilà. Voilà. On a cliqué, on ne sait pas quand est-ce qu'on pourra de nouveau jouer. Ah oui, c'est vrai que Machine, elle était... On savait pas si elle allait bien avec le docteur. C'est comme ça, n'est-ce pas?
Hey, this was supposed to be a touching reunion, but you're ruining the moment! Actually, it's very smart of the traveler to be wary of me right now. After all, the doctor has shown that his technology can apparently even control human minds. Plus, it's not like you could have known what happened after we split up and I was facing the doctor by myself. Even a pool of stagnant water after a torrential storm can occasionally
du coup, je
pass as a
cache.
patch of sky.
Connard.
Paimon feels like only the real Nahida could come up with such an obscure analogy.
Non, je me mets en haut. Je sais plus s'il y a un truc en haut. Je vais mettre en haut pour l'instant. Tac. Du coup, j'ai pas écouté. Je suis d'accord.
Huh? But I wasn't trying to win your trust or anything. All I wanted was to clarify my point. Well, we understand that point now. Please, Nahida, tell us more about what happened. Are those poor people all right? When you left, I was still in the middle of restoring everyone's minds. Thankfully, when the doctor mentioned depositing information into the subconscious, he didn't mean engraving information into their minds. Instead, he did something closer to creating hallucinations. That was still within my power to fix. Luckily, I managed to finish my restorations and mind jump away from him just as he was about to capture me. What a relief. The doctor sure pulled out some hidden cards, but good thing we had Nahida with us. I wouldn't be relieved just yet. I gave away my true identity when I restored everyone's minds, which means we've lost another one of our trump cards. Also, the doctor is already an expert at modifying Akasha terminals. Maybe it's only a matter of time until he captures my consciousness inside the Akasha. Would that mean you'd no longer be able to jump between minds? Then, how do we stop him? He's still at the academia, so it's possible he already started messing with the Akasha.
Nous devons nous dépêcher. Si on continue comme ça, on perd notre capacité à agir. On doit se dépêcher.
It feels like he's toying with us. What a nasty piece of work. Plus, the doctor's combat ability alone is apparently enough to make him worthy of being number 2 of the Fatui. We shouldn't give up hope just yet. Let's try to find another way to attack this problem. Actually, Nahida,
Les
how did
sous-titres.
you know we were trying to get to Party's DI? Have you been waiting for us? Yes, I have. I can see the traveler's elemental energy, so I deduced your destination by looking at the direction you were moving in. You didn't come here for sightseeing, right? Did you find any leads? We're looking for a scholar we tried to reach out to him. Why don't you come inside with us and see what we can find? Okay. Let's just hope we won't get him into trouble.
Mais moi je veux... Oh. Moi je veux aller dans le désert. T'es dans le désert depuis trop longtemps. C'est joli en tout cas. C'est beau. Ah, dialogue.
Traveler? It is you!
Il faut pas crier comme ça.
The voice! It's Hypatia!
Je me souviens absolument pas de qui c'est. Mais on va dire ça fait longtemps.
What a pleasant surprise! It's so nice to see the two of you again.
Who's this?
Non mais là elle parle du fin fond de ses chiottes là.
We met in the Avidia Forest. When we last saw each other, she was still training in the... what's it called? Satyavada life? Oh, I see.
Bon, elle est trop forte sur la
That's
réverb.
right, we're old friends. You've come at just the right time. Ever since I've come here, hardly anyone has even talked to me.
Hypatia, you're way too excited about this. Actually, for you to leave the Avidia Forest means... you're not in training anymore? Wait, no. Did you already finish your training and reach Paripurna life?
What do you think? My consciousness has already managed to make contact with the divine.
You did it! Congratulations!
Ah c'est génial. T'es trop forte. Je sais plus qui t'es, mais t'es trop forte.
To share this sublime joy with others at long last. When my consciousness made contact with the gods. Ah, what a supreme and unparalleled experience that was.
Mais c'est une serre avec des plantes, c'est pas censé résonner autant. C'est pas normal. C'est sorcellerie, monseigneur. Il nous reste des choses urgentes, ouais.
Oh, all right.
Move on, move on.
Actually, please wait. I haven't forgotten my promise to you. Remember? I promised to help you understand what you saw from Irminsul once I
Plus de
gained
réserve,
deeper insights.
de réverb, pardon.
My current self has not only gained true insight, but I can even help you establish a direct connection to the consciousness of the divine.
Ok.
You can do that?
On sait que c'est vrai?
I've never heard of anything like that, but if you want to give it a try, I'll do my best to protect your consciousness during the process.
Hold on. I brought some spirit borneal with me. This is still a crucial part of the ceremony.
We're using that incense again?
All right now. Hold my hand. I'll help you establish a pathway to connect your consciousness.
Okay.
Ready?
Oh bah oui. Go! Go. Attendez, est-ce que ça va être un trip? On fait un trip? Ils ont pris de la drogue.
Betrayals for me to finally understand. The world is just an elaborate tapestry of lies. My fury will never be quelled. The first to betray me was a god, my creator, my mother. Valuing strength above all, she saw no worth in me and I was discarded. The second was a human, my family, my friend. Consumed by fear, he saw me as an abomination. The third was one exactly like me. A hope for the future. A fledgling barely out of the nest. Powerless before his mortality, he broke his promise to me. Humans, they can't be trusted. And the gods fill me with pure loathing. So I said good riddance. I denounced the world and laughed in its face. My chest will never again be defiled by worldly filth. I will scrub away every last trace of human emotion. Then it will be empty, a blank slate, and ready to receive a supreme gnosis, brimming with pure divinity. There is no need to fear. The pain will be brief. Your era is coming to an end.
Le méchant, le méchant. Salut LG, ça va?
What was that?
Excuse-moi, je ne pouvais pas parler dans les cinématiques. Déjà que voilà, je parle pendant les dialogues, c'est pas bien, mais comme il y a que des dialogues, bon, je suis bien obligé d'un peu en caler une ou deux de temps en temps. Donc, mais les cinématiques, c'est un peu, voilà, un petit peu solennel. Mais c'est vrai que la drogue c'est mal. Ouais. C'était pas la question. Ça c'est du roi.
Did we actually just see the Balladeer's memories?
Et ils sont revenus dans leur chiotte.
What we know about him.
La
How is
réverbe.
it connected to the divine consciousness that Hypatia was talking about?
You saw it, right? You felt it, right? Such a majestic god! Such a noble will! Such sublime emotion!
Elle apprend de la drogue. Hein.
Alas, shame. If only... If only that which beats within my chest wasn't a filthy mortal heart. Oh, great and merciful God! Please grant me forgiveness and salvation!
Do you understand now? I'm afraid this is no Puripurna life, but rather...
Ouais, non mais là elle est prête à prendre l'épée et à faire une croisade elle est toute seule. Reviens sur terre.
You... Why are you so mean to me? Why is everyone hiding from me? I found divine wisdom. Shouldn't I receive praise and honor? Haven't I uncovered that light in the darkness?
Mais qu'est-ce que t'emmerdes, Michel?
That's how I always thought everything should be. Wait. Have I... already lost my mind?
Ouais. Ouais. Tu es folle, machine. Ah bah se barre. Salut métro, ça va?
Wait, something isn't right.
Oui. Ah! Le méchant, le méchant. Voilà.
Okay, we finally lost him.
Ah, c'est bon. Bof, crever après le taf, le jeu est intéressant, j'ai jamais testé. Bah honnêtement, moi j'aime beaucoup. J'avais essayé le jour de sa sortie. parce que j'avais été fortement influencé par JDG qui avait fait une OP dessus à l'époque, et j'avais trouvé ça plutôt sympa. Et honnêtement, l'histoire est vraiment bien. J'aime bien l'histoire. Bon, après, il y a mon côté ancien joueur de WoW, donc faire des trucs en boucle tous les jours pour ramasser des merdes et up un petit peu ces personnages pour éviter de sortir la CB. Bon, ça me connaît, voilà. C'est des années de pratique. Hein, à taper des ogres pour avoir un putain de talbuc. mais surtout, moi j'aime bien l'histoire. Il y a une série qui va sortir, d'ailleurs, de Genshin. Une série animée. Alors je sais pas sur quelle chaîne... Enfin, une chaîne, non. Mais quelle plateforme... sur quelle plateforme ça sortira. Mais j'ai assez hâte. Et surtout, il y a des très belles cinématiques de temps en temps. Avec une musique qui est toujours... un régal. 3 points d'exclamation. Je ne sais pas comment le doubler, ça, mais voilà.
Are you okay, Nahida? Wait, no. Something feels different. You're back!
Oh, the traveler's back?
Comment ça? Bah, c'est toujours été moi.
Nahida
Non?
was controlling your body for a while.
Ah.
It seemed like she jumped over to you as an emergency measure right before the Catherine puppet was destroyed. After that, Kainari heard the commotion and came over. He helped us defeat the mercenaries and then he ran with us all the way here.
Cette fois, il ne s'agit pas seulement d'un transfert de conscience.
What? You swapped places? You mean your consciousness also went into Nahida's body? Wait, then where is Nahida's consciousness?
Elle
Where
a
is she
disparu.
now?
Elle est morte.
I never imagined that an individual's consciousness could be transferred around like this. Had I not seen it with my own eyes, I would have never believed it. I don't think this can be achieved with current human technology. Also, while we were running, the consciousness in your body told me to pass on a message. She said, "The doctor has found a way to trap my consciousness, so I can't journey with you anymore. But even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies."
Oh no! Nahida's trapped in the sanctuary of Surasthana for good this time. Was that message all she left for us? It's pretty vague.
Je viens de rechercher ça, l'adaptation sera faite par le studio Ufotable, donc niveau graphisme et animation, ça sera d'excellente qualité. Oui. Ils avaient diffusé... alors je sais plus si c'était une espèce de mini teaser présentation, ou alors si c'était des images, je crois que c'était un mini teaser présentation. Mais ça envoyait déjà pas mal, hein. Donc si on a les mêmes musiques, le même... alors le doublage, évidemment, je le fais en anglais parce que je ne parle pas la langue d'origine. Je crois qu'à l'origine, c'est un jeu coréen, il me semble. Mais bon, je parle pas coréen, je parle pas chinois, je parle pas japonais. Je fais un truc où je comprends des mots quand même. Alors je sais que certains peuvent trouver ça une hérésie, mais bon. C'est un code que nous sommes les seuls à pouvoir comprendre, je suppose.
Oh, that makes sense. Since the doctor captured her, she won't be able to say anything without him knowing. She's being extra careful. Even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies. Huh. Paimon knows the moon illusions and lies are from that alchemical divination at the Sub-Zero's festival. Didn't Nahida use a starlight analogy before? It had something to do with Sataria.
Oh, alors là... c'est trop de concentration pour moi, là. Pas le soir, pas comme ça. Pas comme ça, Zinedine. Quant à l'une, c'est Naïda elle-même.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Huh. Do you think Nahida was telling us to go find help in the desert? But she isn't with us anymore. Think we'll be okay?
Paimon, you said Sanctuary of Surasthana. Does this mean that this Nahida you're talking about, the consciousness who is occupying the traveler's body, is the Dendro Archon?
Your guess is correct, but the situation's a bit complicated, so it's really hard for us to explain right now.
That's all right. A scholar's curiosity doesn't need to be appeased right away. As for the complicated nature of the situation, safe to say I have witnessed that for myself. I've spent some time with you, and it looks like the Dendro Archon's also on your side, so I trust you.
Thank you, Tainari. Oh, actually, we came here to ask you a question. What do you know about the project that the sages have been working on?
Ah, that. While I was indeed invited to join that project, the sages were always secretive about its scope and goals, so I eventually declined. All I know is that that project has something to do with the restoration of Irminsul.
Perso, j'exècre les voix américaines, ça surjoue excessivement pour reprendre ce qui se fait en Extrême-Orient, sauf que ça s'entend. C'est à la limite de la parodie, mais j'arrive pas à prendre à la rigolade. Ouais, c'est vrai que des fois... Après, honnêtement, j'ai jamais vu... entendu avec les trailers de Genshin, si, j'ai entendu les versions originales. Mais... honnêtement, je trouve que ça passe pour celui-là. Ça me gêne pas. Alors par contre, je ne sais pas si les sous-titres français se basent sur la version d'origine ou est-ce qu'ils se basent sur l'anglais, mais dans ce cas-là, ils font n'importe quoi. S'ils se basent sur la version parlée anglais, je pense que... Non, c'est de la merde.
Huh? Did you see something when you were in Nahida's body?
L'Académie est en train d'aider Scar à devenir un archon.
What?
Voilà,
Do you
conne.
have any evidence?
J'ai vu un archon semi-fini en cours de construction. La conscience divine que Eipatia nous a montré. Non, il y en avait un en construction. Vous décrivez ce que vous avez vu quand vous avez changé votre conscience avec Naïda. Naïda, c'est la petite machine.
So that's what happened. That explains why Hypatia's symptoms were different from those of the other scholars who went mad. It's because she made contact with the consciousness of a new god who is still in the process of being born.
Tainari, did you leave the Avidia forest because of Hypatia?
I did. I noticed Hypatia's mental anomalies, but since her symptoms were rather atypical, I secretly took her to Pardes Dii and began searching for a way to return her to her normal self. If I didn't take action, Hypatia would have already been taken by the Matra to the desert, doomed to a life of exile at Aru village. Now that you mention it, I knew the Academia has never thought particularly highly of Lesser Lord Kusanali, but I still didn't expect them to do something as arrogant as creating a new god. Looks like I made the right decision by not accepting their invitation.
Je ne suis point un cinglé ni foldingo. Il y a aussi la main des Fatui dans tout ça. Oui, il y a les Fatui, il y a les méchants.
Doctor and the Balladeer. We have 2 Fatui Harbingers in Sumeru. Sounds like we're in for a bad time. From your description, I don't think they've completed their project. There may still be room for us to intervene. But then, what is the connection between creating a new god and restoring Irminsul?
Yeah, it feels like we're still nowhere close to figuring out the sage's goals.
L'Irminsul, je crois que c'est l'arbre. Ah, je sais pas, mais il nous balance tellement de noms dans cette région, c'est... Allons d'abord dans le désert. Ah oui, le désert.
Right. We've pretty much gone over everything we need to know, so we should head out. How about you, Tainari? What are you going to do?
I'll stay here for now. I still want to try a few more things to help Hypatia. If you're planning to go into the desert, start by heading for Caravan Rabat. That'll be your fastest route. Come find me here if there's anything else I can do to help. May the spirit of wisdom go with you.
Thanks, Tainari. Hopefully Hypatia will feel better soon. We're off then.
Ouais, le désert, ça y est, enfin. Enfin le désert. Faut que j'aille par où? Ok, par là. Non, parce que le jeu est quand même magnifique aussi. Une nouvelle région. Évidemment, je reviens en arrière parce que j'avais déjà le TP. Hop, voilà. Il va me demander de...
We finally made it to Caravan Rebak. It's pretty lively here. So,
Non, y'a personne.
just past this
Il se
wall
passe
is the
rien.
desert, huh? Oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside. Oh, if it's this tall, it's gotta be the divine work of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, right?
C'est de toute beauté.
Enough gawking. Come on, follow me.
Huh?
Ah, c'est le perso que je veux mais qui est pas encore sorti. Un vrai monde ouvert, c'est noté un jeu de coréen, j'ai vérifié. Oui, je crois que c'est cohérent. Mais c'est immense, hein. Quand tu regardes, c'est fou.
Over here.
Over here. C'est le perso que je veux. I need it.
Oh, Hatham went that way! Let's hurry up and follow him. Wonder what he's up to.
Évidemment, oui, bon, je l'ai pas précisé, mais c'est un... C'est comment? C'est un gacha. J'ai pas mis d'argent, hein, je vous jure. Ah, jure, j'ai pas mis d'argent.
What the... Where did he go? How did we lose him? They were just here a second ago.
More Aramite mercenaries? Who are they working for this time? Anyway, Traveler, it seems like we were being followed again.
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time ago.
Oui, c'est vrai qu'il est un peu condescendant, lui. Il a la classe, mais il est un peu condescendant avec nous. J'ai trouvé, c'est un jeu chinois. Ah bah. Ah bah, my bad. Voilà, racisme ordinaire, au secours. C'est honteux. Ça confond les Coréens et les Chinois. Merde. Ah non,
There's no
jugez
need to
pas.
thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal favors. All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit I developed at the academia.
You really gave Paimon a scare, Al Hatham. We never thought we'd run into you here. Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the academia? Wait, don't tell Paimon that you're here to take us back on their orders.
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the academia's hit list. I can't say that I didn't expect it. However, had I wished to turn you over to the academia, don't you think you'd already be the Eremites' honored guests by now?
Oh, right. You do have a point.
Mais moi, je voulais aller dans le désert.
I have no interest in running errands for that project. As a scholar, I've always belonged to the camp that promotes researcher autonomy. And these days,
Oula,
you're
les
more
textures.
fascinating than anything the sages can offer.
Textures qui ont eu du mal à charger. C'est devenu pour moi.
Not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still investigating the divine knowledge capsule. Unfortunately, I've run into some difficulties. Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. If I am to get to the bottom of this, I must understand how the capsule first came to be. Which brings me back to you, and why you're so interesting. The leader of Ain al-Ahmar used the divine knowledge capsule right in front of you, and upon seeing him, your expression became perplexed, and you were lost in thought for quite some time. To have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something. Are you interested at all in sharing what you've been hiding from me?
Non. Parce que j'ai encore entendu quelqu'un prononcer les mots que le monde m'oublie.
Al Hatham, you really have a ridiculous eye for detail. What kind of person even notices and remembers stuff like that?
J'ai aucun souvenir. C'est le problème de la fois une grande partie de la précédente mage quand j'avais la crève. Visiblement, j'étais pas très concentré. La situation est un peu compliquée.
So that's your answer. Well, I do work for the academia after all. So considering that, it is indeed wise to keep your cards close to your chest. But that does prove you do have some undisclosed information about the divine knowledge capsule. Am I right? No matter. Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer to investigate on my own. Speaking of, you two are also headed to the desert?
That's right! We have the same plan as you! But we don't really have any concrete goals at the moment.
Then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village. It's the largest settlement in the desert, so it'll probably have more resources and intel than anywhere else. Well, would you like to head there together?
Bah éventuellement. J'aime bien les vêtements des personnages, il y a ce côté Tales of, à la fois beau et fantastique, qui ne cherche pas à ressembler au réel. Oui, et pourtant, la carte, enfin chaque zone s'inspire de pays, je montrerai quand on sera de nouveau hors dialogue, si on en sort. Ah bah. Même si bon, ça se ressent pas à chaque fois, mais là, théoriquement, la zone un petit peu... donc ça, c'est la carte, hein. Et il y a beaucoup. Il y a beaucoup, hein, sachant que tu peux... Voilà. Tu peux beaucoup zoomer. Et théoriquement, ça, c'est un peu le... On va dire, l'Égypte, Moyen-Orient. Mondstadt, la zone de base, c'est l'Allemagne, théoriquement. Va savoir pourquoi ils ont choisi l'Allemagne en zone de départ. Avec des moulins, il y a un côté un petit peu bavarois, Bavière, tout. Liyue, c'est le... Oh putain, c'est la Chine. Si je dis pas de conneries. Toute cette partie-là avec les îles, évidemment, c'est le Japon. De toute façon, ça se voit. Attends, je pourrais même faire ça. Faut bien qu'on... Voilà. Évidemment, le Japon. Ah. Il n'y a pas vraiment de suspense. La Chine. C'est vrai qu'un côté Tale of Symphonia, j'avais beaucoup aimé quand ce jeu est sorti. Oui, les fleurs en fleurs, tout ça. Voilà, la Chine avec les grandes trucs, les grandes montagnes, les grands pics escarpés. Bon, l'Allemagne, faut quand même chercher un peu le côté Allemagne. Hein. Là, pour le coup, hormis les moulins, j'ai jamais trop compris le... Voilà. Bon, les châteaux, oui. Et... Théoriquement, c'est inspiration allemande. Bah oui, je sais bien, mais... Sachant que on aura... Alors, je crois que c'est pas la prochaine région, mais celle d'après, qui est du coup la France et qui s'appelle Fontaine. Hein, même en anglais, elle s'appelle Fontaine. Avec, alors, à chaque fois, les personnages qui viennent de Fontaine, c'est des Paul, Jacques, Vincent, enfin, tous les bons clichés à la française. Sur le thème de l'eau, évidemment. Donc si on n'a pas une version low cost de Versailles, moi je fais un malheur. Et ça, évidemment, le désert, bon, avec des pyramides. Ai-je besoin... Bon, on voit peut-être pas trop la pyramide pour l'instant. Ah, je sais plus où elle est, la pyramide. Zut. Elle doit être quelque part par là. Ah oui, il y a une époque, ça s'était beaucoup moqué du jeu en disant que ça s'inspirait très fortement du gameplay de Zelda Breath of the Wild. Pas totalement faux pour l'escalade, etc. et le planage. En revanche, pour le combat, t'es libre, tu choisis, tu passes d'un perso à l'autre. Avec moult personnages. Bon, j'ai pas tout, hein. J'ai pas tout parce que... Mais non, qu'est-ce que je fais? Qu'est-ce que je branle? Merci à tous. Personnage. Avec beaucoup de personnages à améliorer. Oh, tiens. Petite constellation là. Hop. Tac.
I created another...
Ah oui. Parce qu'évidemment, ils ont mis des skins. Ah bon, moult personnages. Évidemment, des plus forts que d'autres. Et le tout avec... avec le petit côté gacha, comme on aime bien, des jeux mobiles. Bah oui, il faut dépenser de l'argent, bah oui. Faut dépenser... Alors, dépenser de l'argent, non. Parce que tu vois, pour une invocation, alors, t'as tout un système... Non, c'est pas ça que je voulais. Le détail, voilà. T'as tout un système d'obtention de personnages, etc. Donc t'as évidemment... On reprend le même principe que pour WoW, etc. C'est-à-dire que violet c'est épique, mais orange c'est légendaire et donc c'est plus rare. Et au bout d'un certain nombre de tirages, tu as une chance automatique d'avoir un personnage. Donc alors, de mémoire c'est au bout de 80 tirages, c'est sûr que le 80e c'est un personnage légendaire. Sûr et certain. Après, tu fais ça avec ce qu'ils appellent les primogèmes. Primogèmes que tu peux soit acheter avec la carte bleue, soit que tu farmes comme un gros porc de jour en jour, petit à petit, qui t'oblige à être un petit peu, on va dire, économe et un petit peu patient. Et c'est ce que je fais. Je suis économe et patient et je fais tous les petits trucs. Là, dès que t'as un succès de fait, tu récupères des primogèmes. Chaque jour, t'en récupères. Alors, je sais plus combien exactement. Alors, j'ai peur de dire une connerie, mais je dirais qu'en étant complètement gratuit, tu pourrais faire un tirage de personnages. Alors, si c'est pas chaque semaine, pas loin de chaque semaine. À mon avis, on n'est pas loin de ça. On prend le petit épée qui va bien. Et on dévoile la carte. La pyramide est encore plus loin? Déçu. Sensation d'être trahi. Voilà, qu'est-ce qu'il va nous dire, Bernard?
Before us lies Aru Village, the safe haven of the desert folk.
Whoa, this landscape is really something else. What a cool place! Let's go check it out!
Ah.
Wow!
Sino. Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Academia. Would you care to enlighten me as to when and how I invited the General Mahamatra's wrath?
Oh, Hatham. Do not think you can escape my judgment, just because you managed to escape my attack.
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your actions here, is it? Or would elimination perhaps be a more accurate description?
Had I used my full
city must be
strength, not even this
purged.
traveler would have been able to stop me. Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist. Standard practice for the Matra, as well you know.
Seemed to me more like your own personal touch.
Who is that, Al-Haytham? Did you call him General Mahamatra?
Yes. General
J'ai oublié de me
Mahamatra
remettre.
Sino, head of all the Matra at the Academia. He's a formidable hunter, and the ultimate nightmare for any who have committed academic crimes.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Alhaitham, to the point of blocking an attack for him. If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth. I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer. Otherwise, there will be consequences.
Salut les seigneurs D. Alors non, pas spécialement, parce que t'as les quêtes aussi qui te rapportent des primogèmes pour faire les invocations, enfin pour faire le tirage au sort. Et honnêtement, une fois que t'as débloqué les trucs que tu fais, parce qu'il y a 4 petites missions quotidiennes qui te rapportent des trucs pour faire les tirages. Si tu te contentes de faire les 4 trucs quotidiens, t'en as pour 30 minutes, hein. Même pas. Deux fois, tu peux le finir en 15-20 minutes, hein. C'est ce que je fais la plupart du temps. 15-20 minutes, et puis hop. Tu quittes le jeu, et t'attends le lendemain. Sauf quand il y a... Après, tous les coffres que t'ouvres, toutes les quêtes que t'accomplis, même les events, t'as souvent des events dans le jeu qui te rapportent facilement des gemmes. Donc au final, ça monte assez. Alors évidemment... je joue gratuit, donc j'ai pas tous les personnages parce que j'économise pour juste les persos que je veux, mais je me suis jamais senti obligé de mettre la main au portefeuille. J'ai une pas tant confiance que ça.
Has Alhaitham done something wrong? Hyman doesn't think he's as bad as you've made him out to be.
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Alhaitham, I saw it during our fight. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person. Unless you want me to retrieve it for myself.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a Matra's senses.
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
Il l'a sorti d'où? Vous l'avez sorti où, monsieur?
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. What does this capsule mean to you? And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia, are you all alone in the desert? As far as I'm aware, the other Matra have been speculating about your disappearance. Have you been given a mission that's, let's say, morally dubious? If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me within the walls of the Academia?
Et ça, je vous envoie-tu en mission?
I should have known you'd be
Salut,
difficult
Coco.
to deal with.
You two? Ugh. What should we do, Traveler? Paimon feels like we can't trust either of them.
Ahem. Well, look at you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Ah oui, évidemment, les personnages féminins sont généralement un petit peu déshabillés. Ah, c'est un jeu asiatique, hein.
Great! Finally, someone that we can trust! You gotta help us out here, otherwise these two are gonna start fighting again!
Yeah, sure looks that way. Two giants from the Academia duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to see every day, that's for sure. Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty rules and virtues over each other. But how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of Aru Village? It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some sense into your thick skulls until you finally learn to respect these grounds.
Alors, fun fact, en plus, ils ont été obligés de rhabiller certains personnages qui, au début, étaient en tenue un peu trop légère. Et, alors, je sais plus pour quel pays, mais il y a eu un peu un changement de loi qui était un peu... Bah, je crois que c'est tout bêtement la Chine, hein. Et, bon... il y en a 3 qui ont été un peu refaits au niveau du look pour éviter un petit peu... éviter la censure. Ce personnage-là a été créé après, donc visiblement, il répond aux conditions de censure. Je crois que les Chinois ont plus de problèmes avec les jambes qu'avec, je sais pas, le haut,
Hey, did hear a word I just said?
Whoa, what's going on? The wind's so strong. Is this a sandstorm? Paimon's gonna get blown away.
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Hey! All of you, over here, quickly! We have to take cover!
Someone's calling for us. Oh, this wind is too strong. Let's get over there.
That sounded like Candace. Come on, you two. Jeez, are all of you academia folks such hard work? Move it!
All right, stop yelling.
Il me semble que Nilou en fait partie des personnages modifiés. Ah, je sais plus ça. Ah bah, je voulais montrer les personnages. Parce que du coup, pour certains pays où il n'y avait pas de problème, on a les anciens skins et les nouveaux. Qu'on peut alterner, mais le jeu est reparti dans les dialogues, alors laissons le jeu dans les dialogues pour l'instant. Ah, sauf si je dois cliquer quand même. Je sais pas, on est en lecture au cours, mais... Ah.
Well,
Silence
this
gênant.
is pretty awkward. Hey, wanna play sardines with 3 people who wanna tear each other limb from limb? Sure, why not? Sounds fun. The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down. Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace, protector of Aru village.
Our savior has come at last! Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon. Thank you so much for helping us.
Candace. C'est un...
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
Wow, she's so gentle and caring, like a nice older sister. Unlike those guys over there.
All right. Now that we're all better acquainted, we should return to the topic at hand.
Il y a un petit
As
côté
a guardian
Yu-Gi-Oh là.
charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, I was observing your conflict from afar, even before the sandstorm started. And now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to make absolutely sure that you pose no threat whatsoever to us. So please, have an honest and sincere conversation with one another, and put your hostile feelings to rest. If anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sandstorm.
Oh, on second thought, Paimon may have misjudged Candace's character.
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia. Do I make myself clear?
All right, we got it, Candace.
That's what I like to hear. So, which of you will begin?
Par contre, j'ai l'impression que
I
les
was
voix
supposed to
anglaises,
be
ils
a
parlent trop près du
mediator,
micro.
but, I might have gotten a little too involved just now.
Elle, ça va?
Anyway, one of those two should probably start talking.
Wait, that was you trying to be
Mais
a
sinon, c'était un petit
mediator?
peu comme ça, c'est avec le bruit de bouche comme ça. Moi, ça
I
me...
have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself. While Alhaitham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather, I've chosen to exile myself.
Huh? Exile yourself?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. What little they did report clearly did not match the project's actual progress. As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, to my surprise, the person responsible for the erroneous data was none other than Grand Sage Azar himself. I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request,
Des yeux de couleur différente, ah oui.
but I soon found that all leads and potential pieces of incriminating evidence were carefully concealed from me. I began to realize that they were cautious of me from the very beginning. Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk. He even said to me, "The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages. You have no right to judge us."
So they really are up to no good.
I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are nothing more than tools for the sages to assert and maintain their control over knowledge. The vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the academia of today.
Donc oui, on est d'accord qu'ils sont parfois un peu trop près du micro et du coup on entend un petit peu trop les bruits de bouche. Moi ça me... J'ai l'impression aussi, les doublages anglais sont en général de très mauvaise qualité. Bon, ça... Je trouve que sur ce jeu, c'est un peu inégal. Après, honnêtement, j'ai vu le live de Fred dimanche sur Gotham Knight, là. C'est vrai que Nightwing, la version française, il a pas d'âme, hein. Et ça faisait longtemps que j'avais pas entendu un doublage comme ça. C'était vraiment de l'équivalent du hein, c'est très cossu. C'est compliqué, hein. C'est pour ça que vous êtes exilé?
I believed it would be wise to flee the academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me. This way, they can no longer see nor predict my actions. I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power or authority. Once I find the truth, I will administer judgment by my own name.
Sino seems to have the same goal as us. We're all investigating the sages. Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scary.
Je peux pas encore lui faire entièrement confiance.
Well, Sino, if that's your story, then why did you see Alhaitham as a target?
When I was investigating the matter in the academia, I overheard a conversation between Alhaitham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this, Alhaitham?
What?
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the divine knowledge capsule, and I think we deserve an explanation.
Les sages se méfient depuis longtemps de moi.
Yes. I was indeed tasked with investigating the traveler.
Salaud!
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you've completed this assignment, I can give you a glimpse of divine knowledge.
A most enticing
Il s'appelle
offer.
All Hate Them.
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all. Their words contained one key piece of information, namely that divine knowledge indeed exists. That gave me all I needed to know. From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it a little strange they're so willing to share divine knowledge with anyone, even as a reward? So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the divine knowledge capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the sages. Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ain al-Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining sane for long enough to hold a conversation.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
C'est aussi l'une des raisons pour lesquelles je suis un peu impatient de voir la zone française, puisqu'on aura des personnages avec des noms bien franchouillards que je pourrai enfin prononcer correctement. Parce que là, je suis sûr que sur tous les personnages déjà sortis, je dois bien en écorcher la moitié, peut-être un peu moins de la moitié quand même. Mais il y en a, c'est ouf.
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to appear so they wouldn't suspect anything. So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the divine knowledge capsule.
Criminals do love to talk about coincidences.
Even though I ran into the Traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the Academia. Also, you should remember, you were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
C'est pas faux. Maintenant que vous le dites.
That's true. Alhaitham helped us out at Caravan Rebot as well. Maybe he's telling the truth.
I'm willing to apologize if that's worth anything to you. I took the Divine Knowledge Capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. I felt that it would be best for no one to interact with it before it had been properly studied. After all, curiosity often proves to be the most dangerous thing in this land.
You should be well aware, Scribe Alhaitham, that curiosity can also lead you to danger and suspicion. Answer me this. Did the sages share any information about their project with you?
Have I not made myself clear? You and I are both distrusted by the Academia. Do you really think they would tell me anything?
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your innocence, I won't regard you as an enemy, for now.
As you wish.
Good. I'm glad to see you two clearing up your misunderstandings. And now you, Dia. I believe it's your turn.
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about must have been so boring that I spaced out. My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, Dunyarzad of the Homayani family, is friends with the Traveler and is currently recovering from her illness at home. I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to Aru village for a visit. I was actually looking forward to a pretty exciting time getting back together with everyone here. But then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless argument. It ticked me off, and things went downhill from there.
Is that all? Well, I will admit that definitely sounds like your style. In that case, welcome back, Dia.
That's
Oh,
more
le
like it.
case.
I missed you all so much, Candace.
Whoa! What was that sound?
Le gros
No
gros.
need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home. I'll take a quick trip outside to clear out some of those creatures in the sandstorm.
Oh.
Creatures?
Oh, les S.
In the sandstorm? Are you sure you don't want some backup?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training in these conditions is at a disadvantage. You needn't worry.
Yeah, just leave him to Candace. Don't worry, she's as tough as they come.
Après un moment, le vent commence à se calmer. Je vais peut-être pouvoir rejouer.
The wind's died down. That means the sandstorm's over, right? Candace still isn't back yet, though. Is she alright? Maybe we should go out and check on her.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried. All right, let's go. We've been here long enough, and the boys are as chatty as the floor.
Ah, ça y est. Ah oui, c'est à moi de jouer. Oh, merci le jeu. Oui, ma crossature sur certains sons. Oui, mais on dirait le mien avant, au tout début, quand il était mal réglé. Il faut, ça se règle, hein, messieurs dames. Qui s'occupe de la version. Alors attendez, parce qu'on était sur le changement de tenue. Je crois que elle. Non, c'est pas elle. Non, il y a Amber. Amber, elle a changé de tenue. Voilà. Attendez. Elle est pas plus habillée? Je vois pas la différence. Il y avait qui d'autre? Ah si, c'était pas... Non, c'était pas elle. Merde, c'était laquelle? Il y a Jean, mais je l'ai pas. Bah non, moi je vois aucune différence. Ou alors ils l'ont changé définitivement? Je cherche, je cherche. Oh, j'étais persuadé que elle avait changé aussi de look. Ils ont peut-être rechangé ça, hein. Ou c'était elle? Non. Non, ça c'est la tenue de fête. Putain, je sais plus. Elle est insupportable, elle.
I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister.
Bah, je sais plus. Mais il y a eu des changements. Il me semblait qu'on avait le droit aux versions anciennes, mais... Honnêtement, pour Amber, je vois pas de différence. Amber. Ah, ça y est. I can play. Une petite épée, là. Tac. Bon, il y a moult quêtes secondaires aussi, mais bon, les quêtes secondaires, c'est un peu moins... Priorité à la quête principale. Comme d'hab. Enfin, attention, il y a des loups en face.
Oh, Candace, you're still fighting? You've been out here dealing with these creatures the entire time?
Yes. They just keep coming in waves. I've lost count of how many I've defeated. Before I realized it, even the sandstorm had stopped.
Ah, arrête de parler, je t'en supplie. Le métal pour l'homme. Cadence a une sacrée cadence. LOL, merci à tous.
Leave this round to us. I got interrupted earlier, but now I have something to take my anger out on.
Beste blague.
It's been quite a while since I've seen the flame main in action. I'll leave these to you then.
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
Oh ouais, je vais combattre un petit peu. Yes.
Rise.
Ça va être fini en 2-2, ça va être la teon. Non, ça va, c'est des chiants. Ceux-là, je déteste.
Here comes another wave. When are they ever gonna let up? Now you shall perish.
Faut que je pense à changer avant de le finir parce que sinon je vais avoir le truc dans le dos dans tous les dialogues et ça m'énerve. Voilà.
The creatures stopped appearing. Was that the last of them?
Oh, ça fait un très bon fond d'écran ça. Ah. Bon,
What we
wallpaper.
fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm. So we should be safe for the time being.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Huh? Who are you?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full taking care of the village's elderly and children.
Sur cette image, il y a un personnage qui ne sera jamais jouable. Devine lequel. Attention, ce n'est pas facile. Il y en a un où il ne faudra pas dépenser d'argent parce que tu ne le joueras jamais.
I am the chief of Aru village. Everyone usually calls me Uncle Anpu.
Enchanté, oncle Anpu.
Sir, I am also originally from the desert, but I have not been back for some time now. May I ask if such sandstorms are common?
I can't say they've always been common, but recently the storms have become increasingly severe and frequent. Besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes. According to an investigator who stayed in the village a while ago, these unusual natural phenomena are related to the withering of Irminsul.
Another effect of Irminsul's withering. So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest, and sandstorms and earthquakes here in the desert?
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul. These regional symptoms can indeed be a reflection of Irminsul's present state.
Everyone in Aru village needs to take good care of themselves. Speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single village keeper since I got here?
Village keeper? Who are they? Village guards like Candace?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru Village refers to mad scholars exiled here by the academia. Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity after a period of training in the Avidia forest. The academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars. So, they're forcibly exiled to the desert. Though if you ask me, it's all a boatload of nonsense.
Machine avait parlé de ça.
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate.
Ouais,
One
en fait,
by one, the
c'est
village
génial pour
keepers
Twitch
have
parce
been
qu'il a pas de tétons.
mysteriously disappearing without a trace.
Donc ça va, Twitch est
But no
ok
one in
avec
the
ça.
village has ever seen them leave. If you're planning to stay around the village for the next few days, I'd appreciate it if you could keep an eye out for them.
I've had encounters with those people in the past.
Eh non, il a pas de tétons.
I'll see what I can do to help.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with them, are you trying to alleviate your guilt and atone for your past sins? I'm fascinated by how you think.
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will eliminate you, regardless of my position or identity.
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra. You must be an expert in these kinds of investigations. Thank you for your help.
Ah bah oui, moi aussi je vais aider parce que sinon il n'y aurait pas d'histoire.
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? Oh, these poor scholars. First they lose their sanity, now this! We need to help
Il n'y aurait
get
pas
them
d'histoire.
back home, safe and sound. But, is it really a good idea to tag along with Sino? You seem like you really don't trust him.
C'est une bonne occasion d'observer.
I'll be
To
grateful
watch
for the
him.
assistance. No doubt you will do a better job than some of my former subordinates. Let's start by finding a spot to share what we know so far.
Ah, j'ai le droit de marcher un petit peu avant d'avoir de nouveau 20 minutes de dialogue. Bonjour, compris. Tant mieux. C'est une grosse conversation. Mais quoi? Ils me font repartir là où j'étais? C'est la petite vieille qui donne la quête? Ah non, c'est lui. Non, elle. C'est le sabbat. C'est Halloween. Voilà. On est reparti. À dans 20 minutes.
Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same things as before. Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation?
Des questions. Pourquoi les chercheurs fous sont-ils appelés gardiens du village?
One of my former subordinates told me that this title has its origins in a strange incident. The academia has long exiled mad scholars to Aru village. A mysterious phenomenon exists here. When mad scholars first arrive, they are as incoherent and deranged as before. But after spending some time here, they invariably begin to calm down. Initially, the people of Aru village greatly resented having to take in the mad scholars. But a strange incident one night changed that. Aru village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Seeing buildings on the verge of collapse all around him, the then chief of the village was preparing to take everyone to safety. Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands. A soft, green light radiated from him, like a divine glow against the backdrop of night. Despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night, all the houses remained upright, almost as if they had grown roots reaching deep into the ground. In the end, not a single building collapsed, and no one was hurt. After that, the people of Aru village treated the mad scholars with greater kindness, and began to refer to them as the village keepers.
The soft green light? A mad scholar protecting Aru village? What do you make of it, traveler?
Ah, c'est la petchote qui est enfermée.
Paimon thinks so too. Actually, Sino, do you know if any of the mad scholars continued to wear their Akasha terminals at Aru Village?
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the academia could still monitor their activities. With that said, the main Akasha system would no longer have any interaction with them.
Oh, no wonder! Everything makes sense then! Add in the fact that they calmed down, it was probably Nahida who calmed them.
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone, then it appears you possess much more information than I do. So, what do you make of the story?
Le pouvoir des chercheurs sur rien. C'est la machine qui a celui-là.
Really? Lesser Lord Kusanali.
What? You don't believe us? Lesser Lord Kusanali was definitely using the Akasha to give her power to the mad scholars!
No, it's not so much that I don't believe you. I'm just struck by your reasoning. Lesser Lord Kusanali, the current Dendro Archon. Is she really active in Sumeru? The Academia has always placed far greater importance on the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. They've more or less ignored Lesser Lord Kusanali, and I've never had any reason to doubt their views. In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanali and her deeds. To me, she might as well have been a god that never existed.
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... how should Paimon put it? She's a good Archon who's kind and wise. Even if she says weird stuff sometimes.
Pareil, hein, ils utilisent le terme de god et de archon quand ça les arrange. Hein. Elle m'a sauvé il y a pas longtemps.
I've spent many years interrogating criminals, so I can easily tell when someone is lying.
Good! Then you should know that we're telling the truth.
That look in your eyes. I've never seen that from a liar. You two really must have met Lesser Lord Kusanali. How can this be? To think, our Archon has been amongst us this entire time.
Alright, now it's our turn to put our skills to good use for this investigation.
Je cherchais parce que c'est vrai que théoriquement il devait y avoir un espèce de jeu dans le jeu avec des batailles de cartes.
But easier said than done, especially since we don't have any leads. Maybe we can start by knocking on some doors.
Excuse me, are you here to help me find my grandpa?
Huh? Who are you?
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
My name is Isak. You'll help me find my grandpa, right?
Is your grandpa a mad scholar?
C'est ça, c'est une petite partie de Gwent. De Gwent, pardon.
Just grandpa. Why do you have to call him that? It's not like he's a bad person.
Mais je cherche, mais je trouve pas.
The person you're referring to is not a local, yet you are. Why do you call him Grandpa?
Grandpa is just Grandpa. He's my family. I heard everything you said to the village chief. Please, you gotta take me with you. I want to find my grandpa. I swear I'll help. I won't be a nuisance.
Ah, so you're the one who was eavesdropping on us around the village chief's house.
J'ai pas d'infos.
I was planning to go out and take care
Pour
of
moi,
whoever
c'était
it
déjà
was,
sorti.
but I had a vague feeling that they didn't harbor any ill intent.
Whoa. Hatham wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp senses. Sino, he's just a kid. All he wants is to find his grandpa. Let's find a way to help him.
Sorry. I was only listening in because I wanted to know where Grandpa went. Honest. If you don't believe me, you can ask Miss Candace.
Mais ouais, c'est le Gwent dans le jeu, quoi. Comme dans les volantes, je sais pas si tu l'as fait, mais j'ai beaucoup aimé le 1. Faut que je commence le 2, un de ces 4, et du coup ils ont fait Apparemment, c'est plus un jeu de cartes en hommage à Final Fantasy 8, d'après ce que j'avais lu. C'est ça, je crois qu'on m'avait dit. Mais moi, ça me faisait surtout penser au Wind. Et donc le gamin.
But first, let's confirm the facts with Candace.
Oh non, pas Cadence. Oh non, moi je vais l'appeler Cadence, hein. Je suis désolé pour elle. Ah, qu'est-ce qui est nouveau, Cadence? Approche de la mission, sinon demande à Isaac d'entrer à côté.
Sino
Attends, à côté.
super vigilant. Is this what all the Matra are like?
Ah, you're back already.
We just wanted to confirm something with you. Do you know a boy by the name of Isak?
I had a feeling he'd go looking for you.
Huh? You knew this would happen?
Yes. Although he tried his best to stay hidden,
Ah, il est au
I
du
still noticed him
micro.
eavesdropping outside the window. He really wants to get his grandfather back.
Ah.
Isak's parents were both Aramite mercenaries who rarely returned to the village after finding employment in the city.
Ah.
He was raised by his grandfather.
Ah
Unfortunately,
oui, le
it was
Yes,
only a few years
le
before his
City
grandpa
aussi.
passed away. Isak was still very young at the time. So
J'ai l'impression
various
qu'ils disent
families in the
Candice. Oui,
village
pour moi
took
c'est
turns
Candice
caring for
aussi.
him so he could survive.
Mais
Later, an elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. Isak thought the scholar bore a striking resemblance to his grandfather, and thus often spied on the man. However, the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech.
oh.
Although Isak referred to the man as his grandpa, he was afraid and didn't dare to approach him. One summer night, the oft mumbling and bumbling grandpa suddenly calmed down and seemed to become more lucid. He even noticed Isak hiding in the distance.
Il y a vraiment que les
So
S hein,
Grandpa
qui posent
walked up to
problème.
Isak and patted him on the head. He
Ah, que
even
les
took
ceux.
Isak to the entrance of the village, where he patiently taught the boy the names of the stars, and accompanied Isak until he fell asleep. The next morning, Isak woke up and wanted to go find his grandpa again, only to realize his grandpa no longer recognized him. However, even so, Grandpa retained his calm expression. It's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer appeared to be crazy, but appeared to be living in his own world, almost as if he were sleepwalking. Isak was thrilled that his grandpa was able to find peace and would follow him all the time,
Peace.
asking him things like, "Grandpa, want me to take you somewhere fun?" Or, "Grandpa, could you tell me stories about the stars again?"
All this somehow just makes Paimon feel really sad. It seems like they both deserve so much better.
Perhaps. Nearly everyone who lives in the desert has some form of hardship or regret. But even so, we must still continue on with our lives. It's also my reason for fighting. I must continue to protect this land.
Il semble que Naïté était dans l'esprit de ce fameux grand-père et que ce soit... Bon, j'irais me faire enculer pour la suite du jog. En jeu des yeux, et lui y pensait aussi.
Maybe the people have always had a considerate God watching over them.
Huh? What did you say, Sino?
No, nothing. As long as Esau keeps his word and doesn't get in our way, we can take him along.
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you credit for. Please accept my thanks on Isak's behalf, Sino.
En fait, c'est persifleur, quoi. C'est... Cire. Le cire sorcier.
Hey, Isak!
Ah. C'est vrai qu'on
Oh, it's you
avait joué il y a
guys.
pas longtemps, quoi.
We've cleared everything up. Let's go find your grandpa.
Really? Wow! Thank you so much!
Je suis sûr que ton grand-père ira bien.
All
Ya.
Let's ask the local residents some questions first.
Ah, on peut pas avoir des cinématiques, là, plutôt? Donnez-nous les cinématiques. Ah. Quête terminée. Bref, futilité et machin poète poète. Et voilà, et on gagne 30 primogèmes. Ça fait 1h26. 26. Je vais peut-être dire bisous à YouTube. Et couper la VOD là. Et puis en lancer une autre pour la suite. Des bisous YouTube, j'espère que tu as aimé les S. Et les micros dégueulasses des Anglais. A tout de suite pour la suite de YouTube.